I'm not sending this as a joke, and I'm not going to act like it is. The fact that you are listening at this very moment on this very day is not a mistake, a lucky accident, or a random event. This moment in your life has been planned by a higher power long before you realized it. They have taken away distractions, allowed delays, and changed the paths of other doors so that one word could finally reach you at the exact time you were ready to receive it. In the realm of the unseen, something is going on right now. The reason is something with your name on it and the weight you've been carrying for a few weeks now. The way you feel is not a problem. It's a calling. The Father has been waiting for you, and now the wait is over. What's important is not that something bad is about to happen. The emergency is that something very special is about to happen, and it can't start until a certain obedience is received and met. What He wants is easier than you think, and more important than you think. The window isn't very big. The steps are easy to understand. Loved one, stay with me. The time is now, and the answer is here. And because the time is right now, I need you to understand something before we talk again. You didn't just find this by accident. Everything you were doing 5 minutes ago, everything that was on your mind, everything that was calling your attention was moved around so that you could be here in this stillness, ready to receive. It doesn't take the Father long to act. He doesn't just push in for no reason. Don't worry about anything else that needs your attention tonight. Allow any talk, noise, or other distraction to stay on the other side of the door for the next 40 minutes. Stop letting those things distract you by making a promise with this moment. Fill out the space below with the words, "This hour belongs to my purpose." Writing those words down forces your attention to stay on them, and lets heaven know that you are ready to receive the instruction that is being sent to you right now. Dear beloved, if you found this video, I don't think it was by accident. God has a way of leading His chosen ones exactly where they need to be. We want to be honest with you, family. From these videos, we earn nothing. Every video is created purely out of love for God and love for you. It is your small gifts and donations that encourage us to keep going, to keep making content like this for His glory. Without your support, this mission would be very hard to carry. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to every one of you who has given. God sees you and God will honor you. There is a family waiting for you on our community platform. Brothers and sisters who came broken, came searching, and found something life-changing. Not just content, but people who truly care. Our most faithful supporters are featured on our platform, a place of honor for those who sow into this ministry. You are chosen, you are loved, and there is a home waiting for you. Find the community link in the description. Come home, beloved. We are waiting for you. Right now, what you are being told is more important than anything else that wants your attention. This is not a place to have fun. You're here to learn something. In all honesty, you've been waiting for this. You might not have known what you were waiting for, but you have been waiting. Something that weighs you down and doesn't have a good name. Being antsy that wakes you up before you do. A growing sense that you are being asked to do something important, even though no one has ever given you a clear task. If you haven't been able to say anything in your prayers, it could be because you have run out of words. Maybe your days have felt like you were just going through the motions while a bigger part of you was still and waiting for a sign. You may have been thinking about things that no one else would understand because they are too quiet, too strange, or too personal to say out loud. You may have asked yourself if you are the only one feeling this way. You're not. You haven't been carrying around depression that looks like something spiritual. It's not stress dressed up as holiness. That's the weight of a Kairos season on a soul that hasn't been told what's being asked of her yet. This has been a heavy assignment, because an unclear assignment weighs more than a clear one. The Father doesn't put this much stress on a person's life unless he is getting ready to let go of something. And the pressure you've been feeling is the work of getting ready, being done. You're not stuck. What you should do is about to be said. Stay close, chosen one, because the next 40 minutes will bring you things that you won't get if you leave early. There is a story in the Bible about a woman who stood at a window, just like the one you are viewing now. There is also an old word that will help you explain how you've been feeling for months, but haven't been able to put into words. Dear family, if this prayer has touched your heart today, I want to invite you to stand with us. Our community is built on faith, love, and the power of prayer together. You can support this mission through the link below. Every gift, big or small, keeps this light burning for thousands of brothers and sisters around the world. God bless every one of you who gives. See you in our community. The link is waiting for you. You are going to get a simple filter, 3 questions that will make it clear whether what is stirring in you is divine instruction or anxiety hiding behind a different face. You are about to hear about 2 specific tools that the Father has sent into this season to help souls who are going through the same thing you are. Before this message ends, you will be shown how to activate something that has been set up just for you in this hour. If you leave, none of that will land. Stay with me, because what's coming next will make you see yourself in new ways. Recently, 4 signs have been showing up in your life, and you may have thought they were all just moodiness, chance, or nothing important. They're not. They are whispers from heaven trying to get your attention. The first sign is that your feelings have been coming in waves for no clear reason. 1 hour there is peace, the next there is chaos. Hope at dawn, doubt by noon, a sudden wave of emotion that doesn't fit into a clear story, and then an unexpected calm that settles over you for no reason you can think of. Some people may have asked you if you're okay, but you haven't been able to give them an honest answer because you're being moved inside in a way that you can't explain in everyday language. Repeat is the second sign. There are the same numbers on clocks, receipts, and signs. People use the same words in conversations that don't need to be about each other. The same names of people you haven't thought about in years coming back to you. You may have told yourself that it's just your brain noticing patterns. It's not your mind. When heaven knocks, it does so in a way that only the chosen will recognize when they finally stop ignoring it. The third sign is being separate. People you used to talk to fill your time now seem empty. The places that felt like home before now feel like rented rooms. Your carefully constructed routines are beginning to show signs of wear and tear, and an inner voice keeps telling you, this does not fit anymore. You're not giving up on people. Don't worry about becoming less thankful. It is on purpose that you are being gently taken away from things that don't belong in the next chapter. Your dreams are the 4th sign. Things have changed. They are more clear, vivid, and sharp. When you wake up, you remember things that you shouldn't remember. Sometimes a name you don't know. Sometimes a spot you've never been. There are times when one instruction is so clear that it stays with you the whole next day. The dreams don't just happen. You can download them. because most adults still let him in while they sleep. The Father uses sleep as a way to get his message across. All 4 of these signs are showing up in your life at the same time, and that's not a coincidence. It's a sign that a Kairos moment is about to happen. Before you go, I want you to know there is a home waiting for you, a place where we pray together, grow together, and support one another every single day. Visit our website through the link below to join our prayer family, and if your heart leads you, to sow a seed into this ministry. Your support is what makes it possible for us to keep going. Thank you, and God bless you richly. Think of something with me. Let's say that the ceiling over your life has been closed for years, strong, sealed, and predictable. Then, out of the blue, one night, a small part of the ceiling cracks open, letting a narrow window of light into the room where you are sitting. A place where people can see heaven is called an open heaven. It's what the Bible calls a set time. This time in your life is called a Kairos in Greek, and it's happening right now. But here's what you need to know about this kind of window. It's not very wide. It doesn't go from the beginning of the year to the end. It doesn't stay open while you think about whether to pay attention or not. The window opens. A lot of light comes through. The instruction is given. The window then starts to close again at a time that only heaven knows. This evening, you are at one of these windows. There is light in the room already. The instruction has already been put in place. This hour, all you have to do is be brave enough to do what you are told, and stay still long enough to hear what is being said. That's why all 4 of those signs have come together at this very moment in your life. You're about to understand why now. It's time for you to understand why you. It will be impossible to ignore how important it is once you see it. The picture will become clearer than anything you have seen in years. What makes this window appear in your life now? Not 5 years ago, or 5 years from now. The Father is very good at knowing when to do things in a way that most people in this generation have not been taught to understand. He doesn't just do something. He doesn't just call all the time. Every divine assignment is tied to a season, each season to a moment, and each moment to a specific person who has been quietly getting ready. Right now, that person is you. There is no getting around the fact that spiritual seasons are not the same as calendar seasons. They are hard to guess. They don't come back at set times. Every season starts at a certain time because heaven has decided that a certain job needs to be done during that time. The job can't be done before or after the window closes. Right now, you are sitting in one of those windows. The stress you've been under for months has not been the stress of pain. It has been the stress of a season reaching its full potential. Not only, why now, though? That's not the question your spirit has been asking in the silence between every prayer you couldn't finish. That's why has this particular window opened into your life? Why are you the one being given this particular task at this particular time? Another answer to that question can be found in one of the most quietly sad stories in the Bible. A young woman from many years ago was taken out of the shadows and put in the palace of a king. She didn't know anything about politics. She wasn't brought up to be a queen. As a child, she was left without a parent and was raised by her older cousin Mordecai in a foreign country where her people were a hidden minority. She had the name Esther. She lived in the palace for a while as queen, hiding who she really was as she walked through the gold corridors with a secret hidden under her crown. People liked her. She was kept safe. She felt at ease. Then one day, A law was made that would wipe her whole people off the face of the earth. Mordecai wrote to her. She needed to see the king. She had to say something. She had to use the short-term access she had been given, which was the same as this one. Esther thought for a while. She replied, and her words sound like the ones you've been telling yourself for weeks. There is too much risk. It's not the right time. I'm not the right person. I could lose everything if I do this. If I talk, I might not make it through the talking. He then sent her a message that has been remembered for 3,000 years. Who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this? In simple terms, he told her this. Everything that brought you here was only for now. All of it. Being left alone, hiding, the strange way into the palace, and the crown that doesn't feel like it belongs to you, wasn't happened by chance. Everything before this was just practice, and now the time has come. That time has a name, and that name is you. She thought about that sentence for 3 days. It was a fast. She prayed, and then she walked into the throne room saying, "If I perish, I perish." I want you to hear that sentence, because it's the same one the Father wants you to find in your own heart tonight. And she did not die. The window was wide open. She went through it, and a whole country was saved, because one woman, in the middle of her own fear, decided that the job was more important than her doubts. Right now, you are Esther, not by the standards that people use to judge how important someone is, not because they are well known, easy to see, or meet any other standard. You are the Esther of this time, because you have come to this kingdom, this moment, this window, at this exact time. As you now take on this divine role, I want you to say that you are ready. You can say, "For such a time as this," in the comments section below to show that you agree and are ready to follow your God-given journey. As you write it, don't see yourself as someone who fell because of delays in the past. Instead, see yourself as an heir rising to claim what grace has already written in your name. And there is a word in Greek for the kind of situation Esther found herself in. There is an English word that doesn't describe how you've been feeling for months, but couldn't put into words. They had 2 very different words for time in Greek. Chronos was the first one. Chronos time is like the time on a clock. It goes in order. It's easy to guess. It's how long you wait for something like a meeting to end or a holiday to come around. Chronos is the time on the schedule, calendar, or appointment book. It's a normal time, the kind of time you've spent most of your life in. But there was another word, Kairos. Kairos is not at all like that. Kairos is the time that has been set. Kairos is the chance that God chose. Kairos is the small window of grace that opens, stays open for a certain amount of time, and then closes, but only at a time set by heaven. A Kairos moment can't be scheduled on a calendar. You can't say for sure when it will come. Once it's ready, you can't put it off. When Kairos comes, you only have to decide if you are awake enough to see it and brave enough to step into it. It is true that what this message says is happening. It is not a Chronos thing. It is a Kairos thing. There is now a window, an hour, and a text message. And the part of you that has been antsy for months has been antsy because your spirit saw the Kairos before your mind could put it into words. Chosen one, you did not find this video by chance. God placed you here, and just as He led you to this prayer, He may be leading you to something more. A family of believers who walk this journey together every single day. Visit our community through the link in the description, and if your heart is moved to sow a seed into this ministry, know that we receive it with gratitude and faith. God bless you, beloved. Because you now know what Kairos is, you also know why what I'm about to say has its own time. There is honor in truth, so I'll clearly name something before we lose more time together. It has been designed so that souls who feel the same way you do tonight can find its way. This is not a course or a program. There are two specific tools that were released this season by two different scientists working in two different areas of research. The Genius Song is one of them. Brain entrainment is used in this short audio track to bring back a frequency in your mind that has been slowly dimmed since you were a child. This is the frequency of curiosity, openness, and an inner knowing that most adults have forgotten they ever had. The second one is known as the wealth signal. It's a different sound that works in a different way to lower the constant low-level pressure of survival mode, which blocks the connection between what you sense and what you can actually receive. They're both below this video. You can find both in the description. Both are in the comment that was pinned. I'll talk about them in more detail later, after the foundation is fully set. You should only know that they exist, and that they exist for a season, just like the one you are in. It's also not a coincidence if your spirit already knows the names. Please keep reading, because there is one more part of this picture you need to see before it all makes sense. You now know why. You now know why you did what you did. What you don't yet understand, though, is what is stopping you from obeying right now. Why it's been so hard to act on the stirrings you've been feeling, even though you've known what to do for weeks. Two things are in the way of you, and they are working together to stop you. And the whole picture changes once I name them. This evening, the Father wants you to obey Him, but there are two things that are stopping you. You have been struggling with these two things for years, without knowing what to call them. It will feel great to finally have someone turn on the light in the room where you've been sitting alone for a long time. The first problem started in your life when you were a little kid. Before you knew how to fight it any longer, there was a time when you were fully alive. That's when you asked millions of questions without feeling bad about it. The child in you that still believed in things grown-ups no longer did. The part of you that saw everything in a room, the colors, the energy, the meanings that weren't said, and the quiet currents that ran through what people were saying. That part of you was fully awake. She received without any doubt or filter. In her adult years, most adults have forgotten what she knew. Between the ages of 6 and 10, the world started to get darker for her. Not all at once. A teacher who told you there were too many questions. A tired parent who said, "Not now." A classroom where getting the right answer was more important than being curious. A way of life that taught you to be quiet, small, careful, and not to expect magic to happen. And as the years went by, the inner child who used to easily hear the Father faded into the background of your life. Her voice sounds like yours again after being asleep for so long, even though she hasn't gone anywhere. This is the first thing that is stopped. You have a very weak receiver inside you. Even when the Father speaks clearly, the signal is weak, broken up, and easy to ignore. He's been talking to you for months, but the child inside you that would have recognized his voice right away is still half asleep, so you keep missing it. The second problem is not the first one. The second thing that's getting in the way is what adult life has put on top of you. bills that were late for years, many years of taking on responsibilities that were never meant to be shared, years of waking up tired, already doing math, and already planning how to get through the next 24 hours. Pressure like that changes the way our nervous systems work. The body stays on low alert all the time, with a constant hum of survival. In the Bible, this sound is called the spirit of striving, and in science it's called chronic stress. And at that frequency, the link between what you sense and what you can do gets shut down. You might be able to hear a direction but not be able to follow it. It's possible to see a window but not be able to go through it. It's possible to know what God wants from you but still be stuck, because years of survival wiring have closed the door between what you know and what you do. Dear beloved, if you found this video, I don't think it was by accident. God has a way of leading His chosen ones exactly where they need to be. We want to be honest with you, family. From these videos, we earn nothing. Every video is created purely out of love for God and love for you. It is your small gifts and donations that encourage us to keep going, to keep making content like this for His glory. Without your support, this mission would be very hard to carry. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to every one of you who has given. God sees you and God will honor you. There is a family waiting for you on our community platform. Brothers and sisters who came broken, came searching, and found something life-changing. Not just content, but people who truly care. Our most faithful supporters are featured on our platform, a place of honor for those who sow into this ministry. You are chosen, you are loved, and there is a home waiting for you. Find the community link in the description. Come home, beloved. We are waiting for you. The dimmed inner child and the closed reception channel are both things that get in the way. This is the reason why a lot of spiritual people who love God and want to follow His rules get stuck in the same habits year after year. It's not a matter of faith. It's not a matter of willpower. There is a problem with the wiring on top of the problem with the recognition, and it's been building up inside you for decades. You can ask the question that everyone in your situation has to ask at some point now that you can see them. What can I do to tell if what I'm feeling tonight is the Father, or just more anxiety dressed up as a holy feeling? To help you, I'd like to ask you 3 questions. If you think about these 3 questions every night, this week, and every week after that, you will never again mistake worry for divine guidance. You will never miss a real lesson again because you thought it was anxiety. The peace question is the first one. Is there peace beneath the sense of urgency you have? That is, not on top of the urgency, but below it, at the core of your being. Divine instruction is important without being scary. Divine guidance is strong, but it is based in reality. On the other hand, anxiety is fear without calm. It's loud, but not full. Peace is when you stay still with how you feel tonight and dig deeper than the noise on the surface to find a calm, quiet sense. That's how the Father signed it. The second question is about where to go. Are you being asked to show courage in a certain way? Vague advice on how to improve yourself is not divine guidance. It's not something the Father whispers. You should be a better person in general. Send this message. Call this number. You need to go through this door. Free this particular person. Follow this exact step. Being specific is like a fingerprint on heaven. Anxiety is most likely to blame if the way you feel doesn't seem to be going anywhere. If the way you feel is linked to a clear, single, specific action, then, hey there, hey,